Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy, my channel's Finding Value, and what we're doing today is we're looking at platinum. I know I've been talking a lot about platinum. We're looking at ratios and how cheap platinum is. And I know some people were saying, well, we need to look at the fundamental analysis here, and I'll do that. I'll show you some market balances, how platinum is going to be jacked up going forward, and why I bought and am buying and am really loading up in platinum. And I'm going to show you why I'm doing it. First, I want to go over an article here and give you some background of platinum and how difficult it is to get it and refine it and basically get it to 1 ounce of platinum. It says, most of the mining for platinum occurs in deep underground. To extract the mineral-rich materials, miners pack explosives into holes drilled in the rock and blast it into smaller pieces. The broken rock is then collected and transported to the surface for processing. Refining platinum ore is a costly and laborious process. It can take from 8 weeks to 6 months to process a batch of ore, and it can take up to 12 tons of ore to produce a single troy ounce of platinum. So it's massively a laborious, intensive process. They've got a diagram here. I'm not going to go through it for the extraction, concentration, and refining of platinum. It's far more complex than I'd say any other metal. And this stuff is incredibly rare. Incredibly rare. And they go through all these different processes. And then roughly 70 to 80% of the world's production comes from South Africa. Then there's a good portion that comes from Norilsk, Tolnak region of Siberia, which is 20% of the world's platinum supply. And that's one reason why I have such a large stake in Norilsk nickel, because they produce a lot of these PGMs along with nickel and copper, and their portfolio is incredible. NILSY if you guys are interested. Now, I'm going to jump into something, and I'm going to show you something. I don't think I've ever showed you this. I'll jump out of here real quick and kind of just give you the explanation here. So here is the global platinum consumption by country. The country doesn't matter. Just look at the overall amount. We're at 8 million, and it's been kind of going up and down, and now we're moving on up. 2021, 22, 23, 24, it is ramping higher for this projection from global data. It's ramping higher at a pretty good pace too, if you look at the step changes between these years. Now, this is the consumption that people want. The supply, on the other hand, looking at it from another article, this is the supply in thousands of ounces from 22, 23, 24, 25. That's declining. That's not going up. That's declining. So we have a demand that wants to ramp higher at the same time that supply is going lower. Now, we've got another, Bank of America did some estimates. This is an 8 million ounce a year platinum market. 8 million is the 5 million that they have here, 5.6 million or so, and then the rest is recycling. We've got 2021, this is where we're at today, and then look at the deficit. It's coming. Now, if we look at this from another perspective, this is Bank of America and the deficits that they are projecting. Check out this one. This is platinum market balance estimate from 2021 it's supposed to be to 2030. They messed up there. This is, I think, Johnson Matthey, 2015 to 2020. So obviously these are estimates going forward out here. Kind of tough to know. But look at the curve. This is the balance going out 9 years. We're going to be at a minus 5 million almost market balance. 5 million. 5 million is what we currently produce in total today. And that's only at 2030. And this is the green hydrogen fuel cell electrolysis substitution. Palladium for platinum is the red. So you're going to start seeing some substitution out there in 2024. PME fuel cell electric vehicles, increase in loading in petrol, diesel, IEC, and hybrid vehicles. That's this blue, the increased loading. It's all coming. And right now we're sitting at the spot of the inflection point of 2021. I think it's absolutely ludicrous where we are today with respect to platinum, the pricing of it. We've got all the deficits are right in front of us. And I just grabbed a couple different ones. So we've got production going down. We've got demand ramping up. And remember, demand for platinum is ramping up faster than a lot of other metals. If you look at history, the demand for platinum has been increasing about 4.5% to 5% per year. That's faster than the other metals. We went through this Dieselgate thing, the Dieselgate where we had this problem, and it lasted some years. And that's the opportunity. That's where the opportunity came from, was Dieselgate. And we're going to be ramping up not just the uses of platinum, but the demand for platinum in those uses that we're ramping up. Platinum is a very, very rare metal. Very rare. There's 10 gold mines for every platinum mine. Platinum is concentrated, highly concentrated in only a few mines around the world. The Boscheveld complex produces the majority of platinum in the world. And it's in one little area in South Africa. If there's a problem there, platinum prices are going to go vertical. If there's any problem in South Africa. Now, I probably should have a little bit more research in the electricity. There's probably going to be a problem at some point. I don't know when with the electricity in South Africa, and that grid is pathetic. It's not a reliable grid. So I'm sitting here accumulating this stuff at ratios that are at unbelievable anomalies in history. They've never been this cheap. Platinum's never been this cheap in relationship to all the other metals. To rhodium, it's like 17.44 ounces of platinum to 1 rhodium. In history, it's been like 1-to-1 at some times. That's ridiculous. Or even platinum might have been 2 times the cost, because in 2000, no, that was in 2016. It's about 1 point something, almost could have been. Well, it's 1 point something. So 1 ounce of platinum could buy 1 point something ounces of rhodium in 2016. Rhodium now can buy 17.44 ounces of platinum. 1 ounce rhodium, 17.44. Palladium can also buy over 2 ounces. This is unheard of. Unheard of. And I remember back in 2000, the mid-2000s, when I wanted to buy some platinum, I was like, man, it's too expensive. So I didn't buy any. I bought a bunch of palladium. And that ratio was just massively different. And I didn't really know the ratios that well back then. I was tinkering around with things. But I should have. And if I would have known this, and remember, researching this stuff back in the mid-2000s was far more difficult than it is today. And back in the mid-2000s, yeah, I mean, I would have piled into palladium massively. No doubt. It was the cheapest metal against all the other metals by a long shot. And I would have bought, I would have been a multi-millionaire just off of that. From just palladium. And I'd be swapping it to platinum when I did in 2020. So platinum's our time. This is what's going to be in the sun, in my opinion, coming up over the next however many years. And look at that. I mean, just look at that market balance behind me. That market balance right here is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, rhodium market balance looked like this when it went absolutely vertical. And we can buy this stuff right before it, right before the launch in 2021 at ratios that are nothing. I just have to laugh at this. This is ridiculous. There should be positioning right now. Platinum should probably be at least $2,000 an ounce. At least. And we're sitting down here at like just over 1,000, which I think is ridiculous. But burn this image into your head. This big market balance deficit. Maybe it won't be as exact as they have it, but I think it's probably going to be somewhat close. We have Bank of America not going as far out, but they also have a market balance, which is a pretty big deficit going from 2022 and on. Most places that I look at, they're projecting deficits. So I would think that they may not all be, completely accurate, but I bet you their direction is right. That we're going to have a deficit. It's going to be a pretty big deficit, and that prices are going to go higher. That's where I'm at. So I'm loading up. I'm still going to buy some here. I think we're doing a back test on the ratios for a lot of them in relation, of their downtrends. And then you're going to see this never be at this price again. That's my guess. But there's your fundamental analysis. Maybe I should have shared this with you guys a little bit more, and I think I have with some of this stuff, and why I've been buying physical platinum. I haven't bought a lot super recently. I'm going to buy some more coming up. So that's what I'm doing. I think we're right here at the bottom. If we get a nice little dip or something, maybe if it dips another $100, I'm going to be a big buyer. So, all right. I just want to make sure you guys knew this stuff. If you guys like this content, give me a thumbs up. Thanks for listening. This is Finding Value.